This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV for Monday, January 29th, 2024. I'm Derek Gilbert, joined by Grace the Rescue Dog today. And here are the 5 big stories we're watching today. Topic number 5, U.S. soldiers killed in Jordan. An overnight drone attack, suicide drone, on a U.S. military outpost in northeast Jordan called Tower 22 resulted in 3 American deaths, 34 more injured, according to breaking reports. This took place Saturday night into Sunday morning. The outpost is located very close to the Syrian border. It's the very northeast corner of Jordan, where the borders of Jordan, Iraq, and Syria meet. It is about 10 miles south of the Al Tanf border crossing between Syria and Iraq, a very important post that the United States, at least in terms of controlling the border. Now, what the strategic long-term objectives are of the U.S. military there in Syria are not adequately explained. You might remember back during the Obama administration, we were promised there would never be U.S. troops on the ground in Syria. That has turned out not to be the case. Anyway, by all accounts, thus far, it appears that this drone was launched inside Syrian territory. These are the first known American troop deaths in the Middle East since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war on October 7th. Topic number 4, border blackmail. President Biden on Saturday doubled down on a reluctant agreement to secure the U.S. border between Texas and Mexico, but only if, or between the United States, the southern border, which includes New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Mexico, but only if Congress passes a bipartisan bill allocating funds for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. And this deal would still allow for as many as 150,000 illegal crossings per month. To give you an idea of how that many people it is, it's like 5 times the population of the county in which we live here in southwest Missouri. As many have pointed out, however, President Biden, despite his claims that he needs the bill from Congress to secure the border, doesn't really need this bill to secure the border. He's got the power to do it right now, just doesn't want to. Now, last week, Texas Governor Greg Abbott refused to comply with a ruling by the Supreme Court a week ago Monday, allowing the Biden administration and the Customs and Border Protection agents to go in and cut razor wire that the state installed along the border between Texas and Mexico. A broader lawsuit over these barriers are playing out in the court system. Texas responded by installing more concertina wire along the border. Democrats have been calling on Joe Biden to seize control of the Texas National Guard, federalize the Guard, and put it under direct control of the Pentagon. It's not to be overly dramatic here, but this is the kind of thing that civil wars are made of. Again, the Texas National Guard answers to Governor Abbott, but during times of national need, the National Guard units of the various states can be federalized. We've seen this happen in Iraq and Afghanistan and elsewhere. But again, this is the kind of thing that can lead to states just saying, forget it, we don't want to be part of this union anymore. Meanwhile, the White House announced a freeze on new export permits for liquefied natural gas, LNG, until the Department of Energy can figure out climate impacts. Now, if you think this is completely disconnected from the conflict over control of the border, then I have a bridge that I'd like to sell you. This is the president basically slapping economic sanctions on the state of Texas. However, this also impacts our European friends. As you can see by the charts there, the blue bar, the blue part of these bars represents liquefied natural gas purchased from the U.S. by Europe. And you can see how it spiked in 2022 and 2023 after the war between Russia and Ukraine broke out, because Europe was getting a lot of natural gas piped in from Russia. Well, that is now being sanctioned. And of course, you got the Nord Stream pipelines that were blown up by parties unknown, unless you watch this show. Anyway, this is affecting our European allies, but it's being done by a spiteful administration to try to punish the state of Texas. Topic number 3, impeaching Willis. That's Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis. And I have to apologize. I mispronounced her name in previous accounts. It was not intentional. I was not trying to make a joke of her name. I just was wrong. It is Fani Willis, F-A-N-I. Anyway, she may find herself out of a job after a Georgia lawmaker, member of the Georgia state legislature, has filed a resolution to impeach her for various acts of malfeasance, tyrannical partiality, and oppression. That's a quote from the bill. By the way, this picture on the screen here, photoshopped. This is Fani Willis with Nathan Wade, who is her alleged lover, going through a divorce right now, whom she hired despite no experience in trying this type of case, racketeering charges that were brought against Donald Trump and 18 co-defendants. It is alleged in a court filing that Wade took some of the $650,000 he's been paid, reportedly, to take District Attorney Willis on some very lavish vacations. So they weren't really giving a press conference in front of a beach. That's, again, just illustrative. Anyway, State Representative Charlize Byrd on Friday, a Republican, introduced H.R. 872, which is a resolution to vote on impeachment charges against Willis. Willis brought an election interference case against former President Trump, 18 co-defendants under Georgia laws that are intended to fight organized crime. RICO, Racketeering Act charges. The impeachment resolution accuses Ms. Willis of having committed acts of malfeasance, tyrannical partiality, and oppression in the wrongful indictment of Trump. The resolution also accuses Ms. Willis of engaging in an inappropriate and unethical relationship with the lead prosecutor, Nathan Wade. Again, she is allegedly involved in a romantic affair with Wade, who is going through a rather contentious divorce. There are 22 articles of impeachment. We'll see how this plays out. The irony here is that her desire, her zeal to convict President Trump, while at the same time giving her boo a job, may wind up leaving her without a job and scuttling the case against the president. Topic number 2, human guinea pigs. Rather disturbing story. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has finalized a rule allowing certain clinical trials to be conducted without informed consent of the participants. So in other words, the human guinea pigs would be us. The rule was issued late in December of 2023, quietly went into effect last Monday. The FDA initially proposed the rule in November of 2018. This would permit an institutional review board, or an IRB, to waive the requirement for informed consent under certain conditions. The agency received fewer than 50 letters on the proposed comment letters on the proposed rule, most of them in favor of the change. They support the rule because it reduces administrative burdens on researchers while encouraging valuable research on important health issues, according to the FDA. Now, when you recognize and understand that the FDA is sort of a revolving door, with officials in the FDA eventually leaving for rather lucrative careers inside the pharmaceutical industrial complex, I begin to wonder, why do they really want to lower the bar when it comes to obtaining informed consent of participants in clinical trials of new medical treatments and procedures? Many researchers noted in their support that certain minimal risk trials are nearly impossible to conduct if consent is required. But again, minimal risk can mean different things to different people. Much of the pushback against this new rule suggests that the changes would allow the institutional review boards to compromise on standards more and more because the term minimal risk is just too vague. But hey, after the whole COVID lockdown thing and the continuing stream of revelations about what the experimental gene therapies did and are continuing to do to people after COVID, nothing helps rebuild public trust like saying, we're just going to start conducting experiments on you without telling you. Coming up, they can pry it from my cold, dead hands. Talking about coffee. That's ahead on 5 and 10.
Jonathan Cahn is back with his most explosive book ever, The Josiah Manifesto. This stunning book exposes whether or not a 3,000-year-old calendar of appointed days provides the secret to the most dynamic year of our lives, even ordaining a plague, a national lockdown, days of fire, and the changing of the Supreme Court. Secret information regarding an anonymous prayer and a mysterious template that may lie behind the event that overtook Capitol Hill and shook the nation. and the mysterious ancient king that may have revealed the secret behind a modern American president, and so much more. Also included in this must-have collection, The Gods of the Bible Unveiled on DVD, where Derek Gilbert systematically breaks down how to understand what the gods in the Bible are and what their place in Christianity actually is. In this instructional guide, you'll be taken step by step through why God calls his sons gods in the Psalms, how the fall in Genesis was only one of 3 divine rebellions, and how the Greek gods and titans found their origin in our Bibles. But that's not all. In this amazing offer, you'll also receive the Jonathan Cahn Collection, featuring 3 uncut, extended, and too hot for TV episodes on the return of the gods that will leave you speechless. This DVD also includes 3 additional episodes of Jonathan's best interviews with the Skywatch TV investigative team. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of over $75. Yours now for your donation of only $35 plus shipping and handling. But right now, you can upgrade your master collection to include the absolutely astonishing Josiah Manifesto Uncensored 8-DVD album featuring hours of additional totally uncensored raw materials and mysteries that are not included in the book or anywhere else but right here, including The Island of Mystery, The Winds of Hinnom, Jehu and the Temple of Baal, the Jubilee and Redemption and the Child of the Nile, and the Manifesto Part 1 and 2 and the very last mystery. This special upgrade includes all of the items from the Josiah Manifesto Master Collection and the exclusive uncensored 8-DVD album, which altogether holds a retail value of $200. Yours now for your donation of only $74.99 plus shipping and handling. So be prepared to understand the end times like never before as you dive into the Josiah Manifesto Master Collection or the Master Collection with upgrade uncensored 8-DVD album. So order now at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Josiah Manifesto Master Collection.
Topic number 1 today. Yes, now the globalists are coming for your coffee. At the recent World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland, World Health Organization head Dr. Tedros singled out farming and agriculture as a major contributor to climate change. Requires a lot of fossil fuels, so-called fossil fuels. Those tractors really aren't burning dinosaur bones. Anyway, Swiss banker and World Economic Forum agenda contributor Hubert Keller took it a step further and got much more specific. Quote, "The coffee that we all drink emits between 15 and 20 tons of CO2 per ton of coffee. Every time we drink coffee, we are basically putting CO2 into the atmosphere," end quote. Now, he meant this as a bad thing. Personally, I see this as a win-win. Not only am I thinking more clearly and feeling more awake, I'm adding more plant food into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is what plants breathe. No CO2, no corn, no soybeans, no fruit, no vegetables, no trees, no grass. The World Economic Forum apparently not only wants us to give up fruit, vegetable, they also, and substitute it with like insect protein, eating crickets and mealworms. They want to take our coffee too. To which I say, pry it from my cold, dead hands. I'll say again, this is the kind of thing civil wars are made of. Well, this week on Skywatch TV, we announced the Skywatch TV Spring Virtual Conference, Confronting the Darkness. This is an opportunity for you to see the final presentation by Dr. Tom Horn, recorded before his passing last October. He deals with Hunter Biden's laptop from hell. So we talk about that this week on the program. Joe Horn also announces something new, the Defender Insiders. What is that all about? Well, watch the program right now. You can catch it at our website, skywatchtv.com. All of our video content is always there. Skywatch TV's channels on Roku or Apple TV. You can catch it on the new YouTube channel for the main program at Skywatch TV Now, rumble.com/SkywatchTV, or our mobile app, which we'll tell you about in just a moment. But first, Countering the Darkness. This conference goes live on February 29th, be live for 90 days on the internet. Sign up now at defenderconference.com. Speakers besides Tom Horn include Rabbi Jonathan Cahn, Rabbi Zev Porat, Vicki Joy Anderson, Ryan Pitterson, Dr. Judd Burton, Troy Anderson, David Giamona, Pastor Carl Gallups, Pastor Casper McLeod, Lieutenant Colonel Robert McGinnis, Dr. Igal German, Dr. Mike Spalding, and of course Sharon and I will also contribute presentations. And again, I repeat, the final presentation from Dr. Tom Horn. And you also get access to all of the Skywatch Films documentaries: Ragnarok, Humanity's Last Stand, The Great Delusion, The Second Coming of Earth's Oldest Enemy, Secret Destiny of America, Silent Cry, Belly of the Beast, Antichrist's Resurrection and Return, or Belly of the Beast, it's about the Antichrist's resurrection and return. Inhuman, the next and final phase of man is here. All of that you get access to when you sign up. And again, you can do so right now at defenderconference.com. There is an early bird discount. Take advantage of that by February 15th. And all of this will be available to watch beginning February 29th. Skywatch TV's mobile app guarantees we will never get canceled, bypass the gatekeepers of big tech. Take us right into your smartphone or tablet, whether it's iOS, Android, or Amazon Kindle Fire phone or tablet. It is absolutely free. We have links to those app stores to find the app that's right for your device at skywatchtv.com. Now, thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.